This nearly century-old building. They are ready for football indeed in Chicago as their guys get set to do battle with the Cincinnati Bengals. The final weekend of the summer. Hope you're enjoying it wherever you are as we are off and running on EA Sports. And no run back here, so they'll bring it out to the 25. First down gets him a couple up to the 27. But not much on that run, Charles.
No, that's exactly the way to execute a run blitz there. They guessed correctly that they would move the ball on the ground, honed in on it, and stopped him. Mark that down for a win in the defense's column.
Back to Mixon on second down. 2 yards on the first down carry, and then followed up by 2 yards on the second down carry.
Well, that's definitely not going to be enough to get the job done. Wasn't the expression 3 yards in a cloud of dust?
Now they're going to need 6 on third down to keep the drive going. On third down, Burrow. He gets this in the hands of Mixon. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield.
If your sympathies lie with the defense, you understand how tough it is for linebackers to run with a guy like this. He's going to slip out of the backfield and then work in the middle of the field. And sometimes those defenders get preoccupied with other people moving, and he finds open space and makes a nice play.
Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete.
Well, they've got man coverage on the outside, and my scouting report on these DBs tells me that they love to take matters in their own hands. They want man coverage, not zone, and there was good coverage there that forced the incompletion.
To throw once more on 2nd and 10. Burrow. That is caught. It's Uzomah. And he's going to have another first down as the tackle's made here at the Bears' 22-yard line. And Burrow going to throw again. And it's intercepted at the goal line. Picked up by Chandler Johnson. And the Bears are going to get the football here as the ball will come out to the 20. So a first interception thrown for him there, and that really not the best decision either.
Not at all, and that's something he did not do in their victory last week. No interceptions in that game, but this defense, they're able to take advantage of an early mistake. Now let's see if they're going to turn it into points.
And able to get this across the 20 before going out of bounds. Give him 3 on first down. It'll set up a 2nd and 7. To throw is Fields. And this is taken in by Darnell Mooney. So, Charles, this game number 2 in the NFL career, this rookie quarterback, his guys took the loss in the opener. And when asked after that game by reporters how he did, he was pretty curt. He said, not well. What did you see?
Well, first and foremost, I loved his answer to the media because he was being honest. And those veterans in the locker room, they're looking at him to see how he's going to handle things, and they like the fact that he's not blaming other people because I thought he struggled. The only thing that's going to help him, though, reps. No matter how many big games you played in college, how well you do in practice, the reps in the real games, that's when you begin to grow as a quarterback.
First down, here's the run with Montgomery. And not much there at all. Maybe a yard up to the 43. Now, this defense for the Bengals, terrific last week in the season-opening victory.
I have to admit, I was extremely impressed by what I saw on tape because they stayed in the face of the quarterback the entire game, ended up getting 4 sacks total, and made it difficult for him to step up and find receivers downfield. Also made it hard for him to escape the pocket and run.
Now he's going to swing this one out to his running back. 2 yards on the pickup there. And they're going to have a third down.
That might feel like a little bit of a lost opportunity there for the offense because the defense brought pressure that time. And sometimes against that, you can get out to your running back, and it could turn into a big gain downfield. But what a nice job they did getting to him quickly and holding him to a short gain.
A nickel look now for the Bengals as they try to stop him here on third down. Out of the gun, Fields. That's caught by Montgomery. And he's got another first down as the tackle's going to be made at the Bengals' 34-yard line. Justin Fields at quarterback gets the completion there. CD, what do you think the key is to stopping this talented former Buckeye?
Pressure, pressure, pressure. Rookie quarterbacks have to survive the initiation of the pressure of the NFL. Now, his athleticism can scare you a little bit because if he evades it, he can go a long way. But in the beginning, you want his eyes to go to the rush, not downfield. So bring those extra guys and see if he can handle it.
On second down at 4, Fields looking for the end zone. And this one incomplete. Oh, he couldn't hang on to it in the end zone, and that's one that'll haunt you. And now it brings up third down. This will be the 8th play of the drive here. 3rd and 4. A give. This is Montgomery. And this effort won't be enough as they rally up to stop him a couple of yards short. 2 yards on the pickup there. It's 4th down. No score after 1 on EA Sports. And the first play will be a field goal try. This a 43-yard attempt. Santos' kick is up and through, and it's 3-0. The Bears hit the scoreboard first. So an opening drive field goal maybe doesn't whip this crowd into a frenzy, but I think that they will take the early lead.
There's no doubt about it. They will always take the early lead, and maybe that celebration comes later if they play well and they can break things open. But right now, this is all about letting the offense just get settled in.
The Bengals drive about to get going. They threw an interception the first time they had the football, only gave up 3 points off of that, so it shouldn't be a difficult hole to overcome.
It really shouldn't, as long as they're not listening to the chatter coming from the other side, because when you throw a pick, look, I know defensive backs, they have a tendency to be a little bit loud after they take one away, but they also have a tendency to gamble a little bit more, thinking they'll get a second one. Maybe they can take advantage of that with some double moves.
Here's 2nd and 10. Now it's Burrow. Khalil Mack able to get in there and run him down for what's going to be a loss of 15 yards all told.
You say Khalil Mack and offensive coordinators get very, very nervous, and there's another example of exactly why. 9 sacks in 2020. He's been named to 6 consecutive Pro Bowls and been an All-Pro in 2 of the previous 3 seasons in Chicago.
Burrow from his own end zone. This goes out wide from Mixon. And able to get a little more breathing room out to the 5-yard line.
I think that call was made not so much to try and get the first down, although they would have taken it if they could have gotten it, but to give their punter a little bit of space and try and help out their defense.
Yeah, they got the safe completion on 3rd. So from their own end zone here, this kicks away. That'll be put in the books as a 53-yard punt. And the Bears take over. The Bears offense ready to go for their next drive. And they split the uprights last time for 3. They've got the lead. They're not going to play this conservative. They're not hoping for another field goal. They're hoping for a touchdown.
I'm with you on that one. I like where your head is. I like the way you're thinking because you're exactly right. Trying to sit on a lead and play that way, that doesn't work too well for most teams. Run your offense. Run what you do best. Exactly. Put it all the way down and try to increase your lead in a big way. And the best way to do it, touchdowns.
On play action, Fields. Left sideline, a dive, and it looks like he's got it. 7 yards, the pickup there.
I know that rookie quarterbacks have to earn veteran receivers' trust. Maybe we saw that on that play with that type of effort, huh?
Yeah, helping out the rook with a heck of a catch. Off play action, Fields. It's complete. Javon Wims, the open man. He's going to go out of bounds, but he takes this one down just shy of the 20.
That's a pretty throw right there. That ball's in the air a long time, but it's right on the money on the right sideline. A really good route. Moving the defenders towards the middle of the field before breaking to the sideline. What a completion there. Big-time arm strength. Very nice route.
Sliding out of the pocket. The throw finding its target. The tight end, Horsted. And a couple of yards as they move it from the 21 to the 19. Not a big window to throw. Coverage wasn't too bad there.
Yeah, they had him under wraps pretty well, but somehow able to muscle his way open and catch the ball.
2nd and 8 coming from the 19. Play action. It's Fields. Quick hitter here. It's complete. Touchdown, Bears! Allen Robinson. His 2nd touchdown on the season. And the Bears will extend their lead. Santos with the extra point. And the lead grows to 10-0. Now after the touchdown, here's Santos to kick this one away. Here comes Darius Phillips out of the end zone. And he's able to get this across the 20, but not by much as he's marked down officially at the 21.
At their own 21-yard line.
The Bengals drive about to get going. And it's been a rocky start for them thus far. They had the turnover and then the punt on those first 2 drives.
So there is optimism because they've improved, right? Turnover, you just noted it.
Punt's better than the turnover.
The punt is better on the second one. Now they're hoping to turn into first downs and hopefully points.
So the completion results there in 9 yards. And it'll be 2nd and about a yard. A reminder coming up at halftime, we'll head to Orlando. Standing by there, Jonathan Coachman. He'll have stats and scores from around the NFL in the 2nd week of the regular season. And he's able to get out to the 32, brought down there.
I know what you're thinking out there. I know a lot of you are thinking, take a shot downfield. It's a great spot for it. I'd say maybe later in the game, definitely in the second half. But right now, I think they were just trying to get some momentum built. Get a first down, pick it up, and keep moving.
And that one drops down, incomplete. Good coverage there. Forced the ball free, and it's second down.
This team is not going to make it easy for you. They're a physical group, and we just saw it there on that play. They came in, made the contact, just as he's trying to haul it in.
On 2nd and 10, Burrow trying to get it to Chase, but it's intercepted. Picked off near the 42, and the return will stop right around the 25. CD, I know it's just his second year in the league as a quarterback, but that's going to be one when he flips on the tape, he's like, I shouldn't have thrown that ball.
No doubt about it, and his coaching staff will be emphatic about he shouldn't have thrown that ball. But remember, second year, as you noted, on-the-job training, so he's got to take this feedback that he's getting, negative or otherwise, and turn it into positives moving forward.
Now a first down throw, Fields, and this is caught. It's Jimmy Graham, and he takes it down to the 10-yard line.
And remember, this drive started off with the turnover, and they've taken no time working their way down the short field. A nice connection there, and now they're looking at a first and goal.
Creeping up on a minute to play in this first half. On 1st and 10, here's Fields. He's got it. Touchdown. Jimmy Graham. His first touchdown of the new season. And the Bears are able to strike quickly to add on to their lead. Now the point after try for Santos. He's got it, and it's 17-0. After the touchdown, here's Santos to kick this one away. Phillips now from the end zone. And in hindsight, probably should have taken a knee as he only gets this out to the 16-yard line.
At their own 16-yard line.
The Bengals drive about to get going. And with a 3-score deficit staring them in the face, they might have to press the issue here and try to get points out of this drive. Trying to shake off the interception from the last drive. He'll look to throw. That's caught by his tight end, Uzomah. And he works it across the 25 before being tackled.
When you struggle on offense, you're looking for anything possible to get you going. Sometimes you do it like basketball teams that don't normally press. You put a press on, bring people to life, make them move a little bit quicker. Maybe that'll help them as they head towards the half.
Throwing now, Burrow on first down. And a coverage terrific there as that's knocked down and incomplete.
And that's a nice job there because you've got to play the ball, not the man when in coverage. That'll keep you away from a lot of needless penalties, and he's able to knock that one away.
An incomplete pass on first down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. Here's Burrow. Dumps it off to Mixon. And he's going to be out of bounds right at midfield.
Now that's the kind of big play you'd like to see. This first half, it hasn't gone their way, and they could use a shot in the arm, something to perk them up a bit. And they get one here in the passing game.
This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. From midfield now, Burrow. Pressure, and he's taken down. A Bear sack. Now a timeout taken. Perhaps a chance for one more quick play and then another timeout if they hurry. We'll see. Throwing on 2nd and long. Burrow. And he'll be hit as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete.
This defense has been very disruptive early on as they force another one to go awry.
Seems to be the front and the back end. Pass rush, they've been able to get home, and they're taking the ball away in coverage as well.
I love how you put it together. The front and back working in sync, only way to play good defense.
On 3rd down, Mixon. And he'll go down right around the 47 this time. So we reach halftime in what's been a fairly one-sided game so far. As we'll send you down to Orlando, and we check in with Jonathan Coachman for our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach. All right, Coach, thanks very much. Fine work as always as we welcome you back for quarter number 3. Set to resume. Here we go with the second half. The Bears holding the lead and ready to receive the kick. Well, certainly not what they wanted out of the locker room here as they'll start defensively at the 40-yard line. The Bears in good field position to start out 1st and 10 at the 41-yard line. Now Montgomery running right. And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50. I certainly know that I, for one, would not like to be on the other end of a tackle when this guy's coming at you full speed from a strong safety spot. Boy, that was a nice play.
And sometimes all of your best laid plans of play design, your X's and O's, they can't always account for individual effort defensively. And this was one of those times. Just a terrific play to hustle over there and get the running back to the ground.
1st down, they run again. Here's Montgomery. And that play will go nowhere. Losing yardage back near midfield at the 49. Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up 2nd and 11. And off comes to Montgomery. And he is tackled inside the 40, not quite to the 35.
Sometimes it's hard to believe, but there are times this game is about patience, isn't it? Has had the game he expected, but that run there, that may get him going.
I was just going to say, maybe that gives him a little juice, because you're right, he struggled, especially in that first half.
Yeah, and I know the great ones always think to themselves, just hang in there. I'm just one big carry away from busting this open. That's a good start for him.
And he won't get much. Maybe a couple down inside the 35 to the 34. Second down and 8. Now a give running right is Montgomery. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. They wind up losing a couple there, so they go behind the original line of scrimmage, and now 3rd and 11 coming up. Back to throw, Fields. Man open is Robinson. And he's got another 1st down as the tackle's going to be made at the Bengals' 12-yard line.
We may be looking at the scoreboard. This offense certainly is not, because they're showing no signs of backing down, even with a 3-score lead here in the 3rd quarter. I think they keep taking their shots. They've seen blown leads happen throughout this league. They don't want to fall victim to it themselves.
2 yards on the pickup there. It'll be 2nd and 8.
And the big fella stuffed that one up in a big way. I think doubling him has to be a priority, because you can't move up to the next level if you don't take care of him first.
They're looking at a 2nd and 8 now from the 10. A shotgun snap. Fields completes a Mooney on the slant. And he gets halfway home from the 10 to the 5 on a pickup of 5.
You can see the time and effort and thought that they put into their passing game, because it was evident right there. It looks like a simple pitch and catch, but you and I both know that they have planned for this and worked hard to make it happen.
They'll fake the handoff. Now Fields. This is caught. He didn't get the touchdown, but he did get the first down as he's tackled at the 1.
But you have to be aware defensively that you've got 2 goals because obviously you're trying to prevent the touchdown, but you're also trying to keep them from getting a first down as well. That time they weren't up to the task, and it's 1st and goal.
A play fake, now Fields to throw. And he checks this one down to Williams. Touchdown Bears! Damian Williams, his 2nd touchdown on the season. And the Bears take the opening kickoff of the 3rd quarter and drive right down the field to extend their lead. Santos able to tack on the extra point, and the lead is now 24. Now after the touchdown, here's Santos to kick this one away. Phillips now from the end zone. Oh, a good-looking return set up here. And a great return, solid field position. He's up all the way to the 45-yard line.
We all know that teams never want to use the word panic, but if they expect to win this game, it has to start right here, right now. That return just set them up for points, and it needs to be a touchdown, not a field goal.
And he'll go down. The Bears get there for the sack. Eddie Goldman, he's the culprit, dropping him for a 2-yard loss. Behind the chain, 2nd and 12. Another try after the first down sack. Burrow. And now Burrow going to be intercepted yet again. Eddie Jackson picks it. And they will score a pick 6 for a Bears touchdown.
It goes without saying, but I'm going to say it anyway. That's a ball he would like to have back, and it lands right in the lap of the defender from there. He doesn't have very far to go before he gets to the end zone, and he got there in a hurry.
Santos with the extra point, and that will extend this big lead. So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick 6, and now the kick is away. Phillips now from the end zone. And that decision to bring it out ends up not being a good one. Costs him about 5 yards as he's tackled at the 20.
At their own 20-yard line.
The Bengals drive about to get going. And fresh off the pick 6, they've got to forget about that quickly.
In this case now,
and Burrow going to be hit and taken down. They got it. So after the sack, here's 2nd and 14. Here's Burrow setting up to throw it. And the catch made. It's Tyler Boyd. And he's got some space here. And they do get him out of bounds finally, but the damage is done. A big hitter on what proves to be the final play of the 3rd quarter. And that is going to do it for this 3rd quarter of action. You are watching the NFL on EA Sports. A real field flipper there as all of a sudden they've got a first down in the red zone. Burrow will throw to Mixon on the check down. Touchdown Bengals. Joe Mixon from 19 yards away. And the Bengals are finally into the end zone here in this 4th quarter. A nice throw there by the 2nd-year quarterback.
and I don't believe that was the kind of play he would have made as a rookie, because usually your rookie season is a continuation of your college days. A lot of one read, and if you don't have it, you just take off and go. Now he's settled in the pocket a little bit more, reading the field and getting to a second and sometimes third progression. That was a nice play.
And Burrow's going to look to throw for it. And he's got it for the two-point conversion. So they tack on a pair more here to narrow that deficit a bit further. And around the goal line, especially on two-point tries, sometimes the QB's best friend is that big target, the tight end.
I love how you described it because you know he's going to have some length and some catch radius as well as a big body to keep people away from the football.
And this is going to be returned from the middle of the end zone. And only able to get this to the 19, so probably should have opted for the touchback.
At their own 19-yard line.
At the line, prepping for their next drive, the Bears offense. All of a sudden, they have quite a bit of breathing room. This was a one-score game, but touchdowns on their last two drives, and now comfort is here, so to speak.
It certainly is for them. I've been in this situation before on the flip side of this. And all that's going on there is a little bit of finger pointing. Hey, what's going on? How can we stop them? Can someone make a play to try and stop this momentum?
Well, they're going to be ball hawking because they need a turnover on that other side. A quick throw out wide to Mooney. And he's got it past the 30 before he's hit and dropped.
Well, we knew that Darnell Mooney could absolutely fly, but he was only taken in the 5th round out of Tulane because of his size. He ended up being one of the better late-round picks in the NFL last year. 61 catches on the season. There's another one there, this time for a first down.
Oh, hit as he throws there, incomplete.
Oh, that's got to frustrate him a little bit because they nearly got to him there, and it would have been the first sack of the game. Instead, they're able to influence the release, and they did force the incomplete pass.
So after the incompletion on first, now 2nd and 10. Fields tapping it forward, jet sweep. And some space here. And he gets this one to midfield before he's brought down. 19 yards to pick up there. Move the chains. Boy, an effective play there, getting their wideouts involved in the run game.
And what they're always hoping on that type of a play, that they can get to the end of the line and have a chance to turn it upfield as he did there. That means they controlled the blocking and took care of the defensive end of the outside linebacker to give him that lane.
And I guess I need to clarify, I said getting their wideouts involved in the run game, but of course that was actually a pass as he popped it forward. 2nd and 10. Fields. And this will be caught by Mooney. And he is out of bounds, but not before he's inside the 30. Still throwing the football here, even with the big lead.
Yeah, I know you and I came up in a different era, and we think about sportsmanship and all that. Other people think about fantasy points and getting their numbers. That's all they care about right now.
Again, Fields. Yeah, he's got Mooney in the end zone. Touchdown, Chicago. Darnell Mooney, 27 yards. And the Bears add on. Santos now to add the PAT. And he's been a busy man, 5 for 5 now as he knocks another one through to extend the lead. Now after the touchdown, here's Santos to kick this one away. Phillips now from the end zone. And a nice job there on special teams to limit him to inside the 15 as he's dropped at the 14.
In this position, trying to get back into the game, teams are looking for a spark from their special teams. That's not what they got, though. They got a setback, and they have a long field to cover if they want to try and put points on the board.
The Bengals drive about to get going. They had to go the length of the field last time out to get into the end zone, and with this starting field position, they're going to have to pretty much do it again.
And I think the thought process going into it is, hey, if you have to be methodical, go ahead and do that. But what you really want are a couple of big plays, eat up chunks of yardage, and cut down the number of times you have to snap the football.
Now Burrow on first down. And that's caught one more time by Boyd. They'll contain him to just 4. Second down. One thing I think that's safe to say defensively, the tackling's been really good.
And because of that, it's been very, very hard for them to move the ball because you're not getting the benefits of run after catch. They're tackling.
Pressure, and he's taken down. A Bear sack. Khalil Mack able to get in there for his second sack of the afternoon. So that'll leave Burrow and the Bengals with a 3rd and long after that sack we just saw. They're going to look to throw. That is caught. It's Uzomah. And he's got the first down yardage before being taken down at midfield. From the midfield stripe, they'll look to throw. Flushed out right. On the run, he'll let this go deep right side. And this is caught inside the 5. And he's across for the touchdown. Too little, too late. But he does get in for 6.
No wonder you're grinning. You just beat me in our fantasy league.
Indeed I did, my good man. So now the Bengals offense will stay out there as he'll decide to go for 2. They'll try and throw for it. And they're going to get the 2-point conversion, caught in the end zone, and that cuts the lead a bit further. He hits the big target for the 2-point try. Defenses hate those guys, especially around the goal line.
It's hard to decide who you're going to put on him. Are you going to put a smaller corner on him? Are you going to put a safety who doesn't have maybe the same coverage skills? How about a linebacker? He may have the size, but he's not used to really covering in space. That's why the tight end gives you such a great advantage when you're throwing the football.
Well, 4th quarter, they felt like they needed the football back. Unfortunately, they couldn't get it.
And I know we brought analytics into the game, and someone has said here that the data says that when a team's expecting an onside kick, 80% of the time, the team expecting it, they do actually recover the ball, which is what we saw here. I just wonder if that number is much more of an anecdotal type of a number. Kind of like when the coaches tell us, well, when you score on special teams, 93% of the time you win the game. I'm still waiting to see that number is empirical.
Second and 8 coming up. That one looks like he'll throw here. He's going to let this one go deep. And that's going to be incomplete. Good effort there trying to take a shot, but it's 3rd down. 4th quarter, you've got the big lead. If you're coaching, Charles, you still taking shots like that downfield?
I'd be a little more concerned with running some clock and making sure you're taking care of the lead because you keep flinging it around, you throw a couple of picks, you could put yourself in jeopardy.
Throwing on 3rd down, Fields. Flush to his right. Got a man open, it's Wims. And he's going to get this down near the 20-yard line.
And that's a nice throw right there. And I'll tell you what I've seen in recent times and actually watched a presentation in the offseason from a college offensive coordinator that showed about 10 different drills that he runs with.
And the defense has it covered. It's intercepted. Picked up by Jesse Bates. The 40. Past the 20. And he will bring it back. It's a pick 6 for a Bengals TD. Well, dare I say it, it's kind of quid pro quo. Both defenses now with an interception return for a touchdown.
Your vocabulary, sir. Well done.
The defense more than did its job. Now the offense is summoned onto the field. Now here's a look for the end zone, but that one's going to wind up incomplete.
I know they didn't tack on the 2 points, but I liked their attempt. After the interception return for a touchdown, I was thinking to myself, forget kicking it, go for 2, and they did.
Well, yeah, and everybody's scrambling. Maybe you catch the defense on their heels. They weren't ready to be out there.
Yeah, it's almost like a sudden change, right? There's a turnover, you take it away, they stuck it in the end zone, keep the momentum going. Give credit to the defensive guys for rallying and stopping that 2-point attempt.
They'll run on first down. Montgomery. And they go backwards here, losing yardage back at the 48-yard line. The Bengals going to use the second of their timeouts as they get the stoppage with a little over 50 seconds left to go in the game. A 3-yard loss to start the drive. They'll look to make that up and then some on 2nd and 13. And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete.
Well, we always talk about how you've got to be quick when you go through your progressions, and here's another prime example. Trying to look downfield, he was standing in the pocket, but just couldn't find anyone open, could he?
No, not enough time. They hit him and forced that incompletion. On third down, they go Montgomery. And he can only manage to get this to the 45-yard line, well short of the first. Now the Bengals going to signal for their third and final timeout as they'll stop it with just over 40 seconds to go in the game. O'Donnell, he's on to punt as he gets this one away. They'll score that a 36-yard punt, and the Bengals will have a 1st and 10 from deep in their own territory. The field position game, such an overlooked facet, Charles, of an NFL game, but this offense, they're going to be pinned back. What an ideal punt.
An ideal punt, and it leads to that term complementary football, because them doing that puts their defense in a great spot, doesn't it? Gives them a chance. If they want to be aggressive, try and maybe get a safety out of this whole thing, it puts them in that position.
And this is intercepted, and that should do it. Picked off at the 30. Boy, so another interception, CD, and it feels like he's starting to unravel a little bit.
And as you would expect, still a work in progress here in his second season. He has to start ironing out some of these mistakes, though, because now his head coach, his offensive coaches, they have to evaluate whether you keep playing him and let him work through it, or you start thinking about going to his backup.
And finding room to work, he's down to the 2-yard line. 48 yards rushing for him now in the ball game.
I know that every now and then we get in those meetings with coaches, and you almost want to roll your eyes when they talk about staying on schedule when they're moving the football. But would you say a 7-yard run is ahead of schedule?
Fourth quarter with a lead, you love that, don't you?
No doubt about it, because staying on schedule is trying to get 4 downs on first down. They did that plus 3.
So this one in the win column for the Chicago Bears. And they were buoyed, Charles, by a big second half that put this one on ice.
So you get the sense that whatever was said at halftime obviously hit home. I think it's a little bit more than that, though. Obviously, there are words that are said, and, hey, come on, guys, we have to play better. But sometimes it's just sharpening your execution, sharpening your focus, and maybe doing the things you practiced all week without major adjustments, just doing them better. And that got it done in this one.
So for Chicago, they make amends for their Week 1 loss by winning their home opener. And they will hit the road next week for a date with the Cleveland Browns. Meanwhile, for the Bengals, they will fall to 1-1. And they'll try to rebound next week as they head to Heinz Field to take.
I'm ready for more. You fired up, I'm fired up. Don't run from rap. 1, 2, 3. Hey. I'm ready for more. Tell them I'm ready for more. Game time. I'm ready for war. Tell them I'm ready for war. I just got 20, I'm running on empty. There's more where that came from, my money is silly. I feel it envy, not trying to be friendly. It is what it is, if you want me, come get me. Whenever you ready, no, I keep